Welcome to the INFOWARS Nightly News. It is Thursday, May 26, 2016, and I'm Leanne McAdoo.
And I'm Rob Dew. And here's a look at some of our top stories.
Tonight, Trump crosses the magic number to clinch the Republican nomination, and he sends shivers down the spines of globalist nations. Then, Ron Paul and John McAfee speak out on policies, politicians, and the political process. And we dissect a media lie. Katie Couric's documentary was edited to make it appear that pro-gun spokesmen were unable to respond to her direct question.
Background checks for gun purchasers. How do you prevent felons or terrorists from purchasing guns?
Well, it took a whole mess of primaries, 17 other candidates, and a whole buttload of debates. But Donald Trump has finally won the nomination. This came out of the AP this morning. He has secured enough delegates. He's at 1238 right now when they count the, what are they called? The unbound delegates. When they bring those into account, he's actually got the number he needs to clinch the Republican nomination. Right.
So Bernie has his weaponized supporters and protesters. We've got weaponized delegates here.
all that's done, though, all of Bernie's supporters, they basically assured a Donald Trump nomination.
He didn't even need California.
Exactly.
I mean, can you even imagine how many more delegates he's going to get once they see what happens in California tomorrow night?
He's going to be well over 1350, I think.
They're going to build that wall.
Yeah. And that's going to piss off a lot of people who are here illegally. So
yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It is going to be fireworks there. Now, this is coming out of Japan Times. And they're saying Trump is sending shivers down the spines of nations who are trying to solidify this global warming pact. Now, this is something that whoever gets elected, if this goes through before they get elected, they'll have 4 years until they can undo it. So Trump has already made it very clear that he is definitely going to be renegotiating this at a bare minimum. And he said at maximum, he's going to do something else with it. So all of these globalist nations that have been working on getting around the American people, of course, with these corporations, they're really shivering over a Trump presidency. And this is something that has really, David Knight has said this is one of the main reasons why he will back Trump, because he wants to knock out those legs that are going to prop up a one world government.
And we've seen time and time again that this whole global warming, carbon credit stuff is not about saving the planet. Mm-hmm. It is about basically controlling resources. That's what they want to do. They want to control the world's resources, put them in a giant pot, and then have unelected bureaucrats divvy them up how they see fit. It has nothing to do with the environment. If it had something to do with the environment, they'd be looking at stuff like geoengineering and genetically modified organisms. There's never any talk about that. It's just carbon, what we exhale.
There's no regulations on fracking out in the ocean. The NOAA, we have them setting off weapons underwater.
Right. No talk about that.
They don't really care if that's going to destroy the entire ecosystem. But you and I need to curtail our breathing.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And it's not just the globalists that are afraid of Trump. You also have all these people creating Twitter accounts where they're calling for his assassination. And then here's a story from Paul Joseph Watson today. Beck calls Drudge evil for suggesting he advocated a patriot killed Donald Trump. And let's just go look at the exchange. This is between him and one of Beck's minions, Brad Thor. And I'm about to suggest something very bad. It's a hypothetical I'm going to ask as a thriller writer. With a feckless, spineless Congress, who will we have? Who will stand in the way of Donald Trump overstepping his constitutional authority as president? Yeah, because we've seen the Congress stop, people like Obama or George Bush from overstepping their constitutional authority. Yeah. But already we know Donald Trump's going to overstep his before he's even gotten into office, before he's even won the presidency. But I continue. If Congress won't remove him from office, what patriot will step up and do that if he oversteps his mandate as president? His Constitution mandated authority as president, I should say. If he oversteps that, how do we get him out of office? And I don't think there is a legal means available. I think it will be a terrible, terrible position the American people will be in to get Trump out of office, because you won't be able to do it through Congress. And then Beck said, I would agree with you on that.
I mean, what are they thinking? So they're thinking they're going to need a revolution to rise up to get Trump out of office?
He hasn't even done anything yet.
No, and
this is pre-crime.
Can you imagine if they had said something like this about Obama, saying what patriot is going to take him out?
Oh yeah, exactly.
How do you think people are going to interpret
Beck wouldn't do that because he's actually in there to keep Obama in office and cover for him to give left cover or right cover, I guess I should say.
Right, because as soon as Ron Paul was no longer a threat, then all of a sudden he backs Ron Paul.
Exactly.
He's a total fake. Now we have someone else actually coming out challenging Donald Trump. This is Bernie Sanders challenging him to a debate. This is Adon Salazar has this article up that the socialist candidate is now attempting an upward attack as his campaign is in the death throes. Jimmy Kimmel gave Donald Trump a statement from the Sanders camp when he appeared on his show the other night, and Hillary Clinton declined having a debate with Bernie Sanders because she already knows it's
she's in free
for
fall
her.
too. Yeah, it's not going to help her chances win California whatsoever. And I personally would like to see the Trump-Sanders debate, even though it'll be pretty meaningless in terms of how this race is going to play out. But in terms of the socialist versus capitalism theologies going head to head, I think it's what this country needs more than anything. That's
what I think, is because we have so many people out there with these Bernie supporters who haven't ever even actually listened to anything that Trump is proposing. And then to see how does that counter with what Bernie is saying, because I guarantee Trump is going to say, well, how would you pay for that, Bernie Sanders? How?
I'm going to raise the Social Security tax.
Economics a little bit.
And people don't understand, like, you have a lot of different taxes taken out of your paycheck. Just because you may or may not pay income tax at the end of the year, they're still taking payroll tax out. They're taking out Social Security. There's all kind of things that Bernie Sanders is going to raise up the level to level the playing field for everyone.
Right. If you still have a job, if you still have a job after you get your $15 an hour,
right.
It's 70% of that is now going to go to taxes. So you're going to be making even less than what you're making right now.
And then the robots are going to replace you even faster.
Right. So. Yeah. And so now,
don't learn skills. Don't take your own destiny into your hands and like better yourself in your free time. Just watch TV.
Don't do it.
Go to Facebook.
Just pound your fist on a desk.
Take street off this campus. Take this hate street off this campus.
Trickly puff. So
I'm sorry.
I know.
I got to calm down.
Devolving here. But now we have a new poll out, a new survey. This is a NBC News and the Wall Street Journal. They conducted a poll and they found that voters most associate Hillary Clinton with the words liar, not trustworthy, and scandals. Now, we could have told you that, but this is, you're saying on a free fall. Absolutely. She is finally getting out there with like these little word clouds containing mostly negative words. People are no longer You know what? Actually, we've got some video of Darren McGreen on the streets earlier this year taking our own poll.
I think I'm ready for a woman.
Okay. But to me, voting for Hillary because she's a woman is like eating a turd because it looks like a Tootsie Roll.
Very true. I agree.
Now, I would agree with that video. Hillary does kind of look like a turd. So, anyway.
Tyrannical turd.
A tyrannical turd who wants to take over everything and make everything smell bad. This came out of the AP today. Origin of key Clinton emails from report are a mystery. Now we have mystery emails.
Because she didn't turn those over.
Oh, I forgot. The agency found an audit of at least 3 emails never seen before, including Clinton's own explanation of why she wanted to keep her emails private, which we talked about yesterday. The existence of these previously unreleased messages appeared to be found among electronic files of 4 former top Clinton State Department aides. Renew's concerned that Clinton was not completely forthcoming when she turned over a trove of 55,000 pages of work-related email. Yeah, she would never do that.
She turned them all over.
And it's drawn fresh criticism from the presumptive Republican presidential nominee, Donald Trump. And it's gotten so bad, even the Washington Post, which is basically water carriers for the liberal establishment, has come out and said, Clinton's inexcusable willful disregard for the rules. But of course, I think that's as far as they're going to say. Yeah, they're not going to say she needs to be trumped out of here by
Yesterday, I was seeing on CNN, MSNBC, they had on there, but some of that corroborate her previous statements. Some of the audit report shows, it's like, yeah, but also some of it shows what a complete criminal she was, willful negligence. She knew
some of it
that her computer was being hacked into.
She knows how to spell. So she writes incomplete sentences. Some of it showed that.
It's very clear that she set up that private server because she did not want the State Department to access her personal yoga emails.
What difference does it make?
Or also selling uranium to the Russians. Now, let's move on from Hillary Clinton to something else that happened to really disturb me today. A friend sent this link over, the Alamo Drafthouse. It's a great movie theater here in Austin. I love to go watch movies there. But now they are seeking the public's feedback on gender-neutral bathroom design. So this is the Tim League. He's the Drafthouse founder. And he put these drawings up on the Facebook page of this bathroom idea, which is a inclusive, commercial, gender-neutral restroom design. And he wants to, so the challenges are not even part of the dialogue.
There's a little man corral area where there, are those urinals? What are those?
These are your, okay, so here's the thing is, basically they're saying that they want the design element to completely eliminate the conflict. And so how are they going to do that? They're going to create gender
everyone in the same
urinals. Urinals that men and women can use. So you'll be standing side by side with other people who are standing up to pee.
Are you serious?
I am serious. These, I mean, so we've gone totally in hyperdrive from gender inclusive to now physics defying, because women are not made to pee standing up, first of all.
And I wonder who came up with this, how long it's been going on. And, because this isn't just something they came off the, we got a little spider crawling across right now. Yeah, he's looking for a home.
Weaving spiders, come out here.
Anyway, how did they come up with, like, we have this plan ready? Like, who came up with this?
Yeah.
Like, in what dark room are they going, we have to get everybody to pee together in the same spot?
Everybody needs to just be comfortable with your little girl standing next to a grown man. Forget about if it's the man identifies as a woman, just everybody in there all together.
They could just spread newspapers out in corners of the theater and just have people pee in the corners.
Yeah.
Or set up, a green space with giant fire hydrants or something. Everybody could go pee and poop on those.
This is what we need to demand, because you know what? This is just the beginning of this whole transgender, the gender identity. There's actually 58 gender identities on Facebook. So we are going to have to start creating bathrooms for everyone. I mean, how far are we going to take this? This is just the beginning. So we also have this article out of The Guardian. The men who live as dogs, they're just the same as any person on the high street.
Because we have to cater to all mental illnesses now.
These are humans who like to live in packs, play with squeaky toys, eat from bowls, nuzzle their owners. So this is their
hump their legs
identity. And you
this is so weird. My God.
These guys want to pee with your kids.
These are normal people. They need to hike their leg up in peace.
Well, that's what we all need to do. If we can just have AstroTurf and fire hydrants.
In fact, we have an artist rendition of what this would look like. A whole new world of, there it is right there. We got fire hydrant. We got the dogs picking up poop. We got the dog people. We got women peeing in the bushes, giant fire hydrant urinals. I mean, it's all set up, ready to go. We should probably submit this as feedback to the Alamo. Like, why don't you just do this?
Yes.
This is better. We could train dogs.
Excellent idea.
There you go.
That's excellent.
Let's take it all the way. If we're just going to do it partially and just have men and women getting together in bathrooms, peeing and pooping together, why don't we do it outside, out in public, so everybody can just see it?
Yeah, well, that's
what
this is all about. It's like eliminating privacy, eliminating the individual, being a part of the collective, and people are much easier to control if they're part of a collective rather than trying to control a bunch of little individuals here and there.
It's going to be people in dog masks controlling you, by the way.
Oh, my goodness.
But what could go wrong? What could go wrong if we had men and women peeing together? Well, let's look at this article. This is out of the Daily Mail. Saudi father shoots doctor shortly after he delivered his wife's baby because he didn't want a man to see his spouse naked.
Right. So this guy delivers his baby, and then he gets killed by the lady's husband.
Well, when my wife gave birth to, I know, 4 kids, there was all kind of people in there every time.
Right.
And that's not what we were concerned about. We were concerned with having a healthy baby. Obviously, this guy, this is the mental illness we're going to be dealing with.
Right. Well, can you imagine these guys sharing a bathroom?
Because we have to let all the Muslims come into our country now. And that's what people need to understand. We're bringing them all in.
You want your transgender bathroom, you're going to get tossed off a building. Someone's going to toss you off the parking lot at the Alamo Draft House. So good job, guys. Now, this one's coming out of the Federalist. I thought this was a great article where the author Stella Morabito says a desexed society is a dehumanized society. And this is something that Alex has been talking about for years, that this is about dehumanizing people. And so trying to, like, where did this whole transgender thing come from? We don't even have definitions, yet they're already creating federal laws. You could be fined.
And it's not like nobody's trying to deny anybody any rights. It's just, you don't want a guy with a penis going into where women with vaginas go to the bathroom. And what's wrong with that?
Well, the thing that really frustrated me is that why do women have to rearrange the way that they've been going to the bathroom for millennia? Because all of a sudden now they want to have gender neutral urinals. I mean, why? That's the patriarchy. I feel very oppressed by the patriarchy telling me that now I need
just
to
keep laughing.